Alright everybody, how you doing? Hope all is well. I've had more than a few of my friends asking for an update on our yard, so I figured I'd go ahead and do one today. It's a beautiful day. As you can see, our roses are a lot shorter this year, and that is because we had a real heavy snow come in, break a lot of branches, so I had to prune them down, but they're all coming back. The shepherd's hooks we use for Christmas now have their lights on them for the rest of the year, and as you can see, we picked up a bunch of little pots. What was it? I think we got 14 pots for $25 for the whole lot on Amazon. Everybody else was wanting like $8 each. Yeah, sometimes Amazon is your friend, whether you like them or not for other things. We're gonna go and take a look at our beautiful Japanese maple. That's that one I got from Walmart 3 years ago, and I only paid 24 bucks for it. Yeah, I ain't seen one that cheap again. Too bad. All right, let's go over and look at the garden, because that's what a lot of people have been wanting to talk about. Y'all know I redid it this year. We're letting the grass grow in between the beds, which was my wife's call, and actually I'm really liking that look. So, pepper-wise, we have approximately 42 different peppers planted around the yard. Most of them are right here. We have also, our tomatoes are in, and the companion plant that I like to put in with those is usually lettuce, and you can see it's doing really good. And we got a little parsley. This one right here is a beefsteak. It's, well, almost 4.5 feet tall, I would say. We'll definitely have some tomatoes for 4th of July. Again, more lettuce. You can see there's our 2 tomatillos. Again, when we did the irrigation here, this is all dig irrigation, so you don't have to put it underground. It's just what they call it. I did put some of it under, so it just makes it easier for mowing. But otherwise, it's simple. I can actually show you cheating what we did on the back of the fence. Here is one of the sprinklers, and you can see it's just tied into the line, which will bring us to this bed. This is our blackberry. I have 4 different varieties in here. Mike, don't ask me the variety. I don't know. I also know you don't know all of yours, because you have to look at the tags. In this bed we have blueberries. Again, don't know all the varieties. There's 3 of them in there. This is just another tomatillo. And then we have a raspberry bed going. And right now there are 3 different varieties in there. I do know the double yellows in there. The other 2 I don't remember. Then, as far as this bed, we were going to make more peppers, but I said, you know what, let's make a strawberry bed. These are ever-bearing, so they'll be fine. And again, more peppers. Anaheim, Bell, Habanero, Ghost. I did get my hands on Pepper X. Not going to show anybody where that one's at, because I want to see what it does. Let's see what else we got in there. There's some sweet peppers, some cherry bombs, just a ton of different peppers. And of course, more tomatillos. If you plant tomatillos, you better have more than 1. I always tell people get at least 3, 4, more is better. And then I was just super excited when I found this one, because hadn't seen one in a while. I know where 2 wild plants are, and they are the best berries I've ever had. This is a gooseberry, not to be confused with Willy Wonka. But yeah, this is actually what a gooseberry starts to look like. I know there's a walking stick in it, and I'm not going to get too close to him, but let's see if I can see him right there. You know, I'm not going to get any closer. Really cool little insect we got back here. And our arborvites that we bought this year, emerald green arborvite. These I'm just going to let them grow up, so 15 feet tall, and go from there. And as you can see, some of them are Pride and Joy Hostas. Mike, I know you were giving me a little bit of grief on them and teasing me a little bit, but I'm going to walk over to the Empress Woos and show you how big they've got. And again, here's that wishing well that I made. This is going to turn into a beautiful enchanted area back here. You can see that the clematis is really starting to take over, so in a year or 2, that's just going to be solid clematis. Put in some ferns this year, because this area does get a lot of shade, especially in the afternoon. A couple lavenders, my wife wanted those. Not going to argue with her. But okay, Empress Woo. My hand's 9 inches. Tell you something? She's already putting on flowers. And that woo will actually give me flowers all the way into September. That leaf right there is probably 16 inches. This front one right here. Oh, it may actually be bigger than that. And these are, if I remember correctly, 3-year-old woos. So, really doing good. You can see little pots. Mike knows about these. Those are some of my yellow arborvites that neither one of us could ID, and I don't think neither of us cared. We were having fun one morning talking on the phone. And my Rose of Sharon. I can't wait till these start putting on. I know I've got these arborvites laid here. They're probably where we're going to put more arborvite, but I will find some way to keep these Rose of Sharons in the yard. I have some out front. They're just a beautiful, beautiful plant. And of course, even more hostas there. And before we get over to the main beds, we took this area that was our mom's, and well, the soil keeps sinking and we don't want to lose mums because this is where a giant oak was. So we put ground cover in here, strawberries, and we're going to leave that one evergreen right there because it is not in the area that sinks. The area that sinks is actually where that rock and the bunny is, and a couple other areas in here. So until the ground's done, and we did have it stump ground, I don't want to keep losing my beautiful mums. We did put Scotch moss in there, and her gnome garden moved over here, which actually really looks nice. Was very pleased how that turned out. All right, the main bed. There are well over 150, 200 hostas in this bed of varying sizes. If we wanted to split them, which I might split some and send them to a couple people I know, just to get them out of here, because we do have to thin it every year. This one right here, oh man, that's over 40 years old. It's been here since the first owner of the house, who was a doctor. And then you can see I've got mums that I propagated there, right there, plus arborvite and raspberry. So somebody's going to be getting them. And then more Scotch moss. I love that stuff. I'm going to find more places for it next year. And then we go over to the mugos. That's one of them right there. This camera isn't doing it justice. That thing is 5 feet, as I know how big the bed is. The bed is 5 feet wide by about 4. And here is that little hosta that I kept in water for over a year actually, and grew it in there. And you can see, just doing wonderful. Mother plants out front and probably 4 times that size. That's a little mouse hosta. We got my English thyme and my lemon thyme growing, and apparently there was a weed in there that got missed. Rosemary, well, this winter took it out. So, just do a quick slow pan of the yard and let you see how it is. Fence makes a big difference. My trashy neighbor doesn't show anymore. And now that the yard is wired for sound, oh, makes it so nice out here. And for those who say a dogwood does not grow in direct sun, that is a dogwood that has been in here for going on 15 years. And the nearest big tree is my neighbor's front, which it don't see anything. And this is for Mike. Hey Mike, my mulberry. So there you go. There are lights around the yard. Some of them are just lights, and then I do have fairy lights in here, twinkle lights at night. It's beautiful. So I get to use this yard day and night. I'll even do a little show and tell over here. This was the other summer project that, well, late winter, early spring, my wife and I did. Installed a fan and an entertainment center. So, really like that fan. It goes over both of our seats. So, can't complain about that. And here's our giant blue. I always like showing off this one because of how pretty it is. And then of course there is the roses. Heavy snow was not good. Well, that's the update for now. I hope everybody enjoys it. And until the next one, you have a wonderful day.